4th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Sauce Gardner. Defensive back, Cincinnati.
In a league filled with legends, millionaires, and monsters, one kid walked in and embarrassed all of them. He didn't care about your resume. He didn't care about your fame. He didn't even care who you were. If you lined up across from him, he had one mission: make you look stupid.
Sauce Gardner, and I love sauce. Sauce on wings, pizza, sandwiches, even sauce on sauce.
This is the story of Ahmad Sauce Gardner, the rookie who walked into the NFL and instantly became the best cornerback in the game. Ahmad Gardner grew up in Detroit, Michigan, one of the toughest cities in America, a place where kids learn to fight before they can even dream, where talent is worthless if you don't have heart. He wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the fastest, but he had something you can't teach: fearlessness. When other kids flinched, Ahmad attacked. When others hesitated, he stepped forward. He once said, "I don't play scared. I make people scared." That's not confidence, that's destiny talking. In high school, he was good, but not special. Coaches liked him, but recruiters didn't notice. No stars, no hype, no spotlight.
Sauce, baby, all day long.
Sauce Gardner, potential first-round pick at quarterback.
You have a nickname Sauce, you better be pretty good. And he has been very good.
There's just not many people on earth like Sauce Gardner. Keep an eye on the Sauce.
Two is buried.
Great tackler, shows a tremendous amount of effort.
And this is going all the way back with Sauce Gardner to the house.
But every game, something happened. He'd line up against the best receiver on the other team and erase him. No stats, no highlights, just silence. That's the true sign of a great cornerback, when you make people disappear. By the time college coaches finally paid attention, it was almost too late. Only one school believed in him.
2nd and 3. Watch out. Oh, it was almost Sauce.
Good protection this time. Pass is incomplete for Guyton.
The University of Cincinnati. Most players would have seen that as a disappointment. Sauce saw it as an opportunity. At Cincinnati, he became a myth. He didn't just play defense, he created chaos. Freshman year, he picked off passes like they were meant for him. He had this wild, dancing swagger, talking to receivers mid-play, pointing, smiling, never breaking focus. That's when teammates gave him the nickname Sauce, because he had flavor, he had confidence.
Raised the way that I was raised, specifically with my mom, because my mom, we was always closer, and I always lived with my mom, because my mom and my dad wasn't together.
My sophomore year, my junior year, senior year, get the offers, get Ball State.
And he made everything look easy, but there's nothing easy about what he did next. In 3 years at Cincinnati, Ahmad Gardner never allowed a single touchdown, not one. Think about that. Hundreds of plays against future NFL receivers, and not a single man beat him to the end zone. It wasn't luck. It was discipline. It was obsession. He studied film like a scientist. He broke down receiver tendencies frame by frame. He even practiced mirror drills until his legs gave out. Because for Sauce, excellence wasn't an option. It was survival. By 2022, the NFL couldn't ignore him anymore. But still, some scouts doubted. They said he was too skinny, too untested, that the competition in college wasn't strong enough.
What stands out is just, his outstanding measurables. Number one, his length, his speed, his feet. I think his eyes, his route recognition, his intelligence, toughness. He didn't allow any touchdowns in a 3-year span, over 1,000 coverage snaps, everything you look for.
They hardly threw at him. There's no issues. He's a good guy. You never know how a guy is going to be, but it's hard for me to imagine that this one doesn't work out.
Sauce just smiled because he had heard it all before. Detroit kids don't run from doubt, they feed on it. Draft night came, pick number 4. The New York Jets called his name. The suit was emerald green, the chains were shining, and his mother was crying. He looked straight at the camera and said, "I'm not coming to play, I'm coming to dominate." And he meant it. When training camp started, veterans thought it was just talk, another confident rookie trying to fit in. But within a week, they realized this kid was different. He studied every route, every receiver, every formation. He played with patience, control, and ice in his veins. By the time preseason ended, players like Garrett Wilson were saying he's already elite. And once the real season began, Sauce Gardner showed the world exactly who he was. In Week 3, he lined up against Ja'Marr Chase, one of the best receivers alive. Chase had embarrassed corners all year, but when he went up against Sauce, it was different. Gardner shadowed him like a ghost. Every move, every step, mirrored perfectly. No separation, no breathing room. By the end of the game, Chase was silent. That was the moment people realized this rookie wasn't normal. Week after week, he went against the league's best. Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, names that destroy secondaries. But against Sauce, nothing. He made All-Pros look average. He made Hall of Famers look human. He didn't just cover receivers, he erased them from the game plan. Quarterbacks stopped throwing his way, and when they did, they regretted it. By mid-season, the stat line was unreal. Lowest completion percentage allowed in the league. Highest coverage grade by Pro Football Focus. A rookie, leading the NFL in coverage. He wasn't just good, he was redefining what defense looked like. And the swagger? Unmatched. He'd walk onto the field wearing a giant diamond Sauce chain, green-tinted shades, and that calm smile that said, "I already won." But here's the difference. It wasn't fake confidence, it was earned. Because every time the lights came on, Sauce delivered. He talked trash, yes, but he backed it up every single snap. When receivers tried to get in his head, he laughed. When crowds booed him, he stared them down. He once said, "Pressure? That's just noise." And when you watch him play, you believe it. He moves like time slows down. He trusts his instincts. He reads body language like a poker player reading tells. And when the ball's in the air, he's already there because he saw it coming before you did. That's not athleticism. That's intuition. By the end of his rookie year, he had done the impossible. He became the first rookie cornerback in 41 years to be named first-team All-Pro. Think about that. Not Defensive Rookie of the Year, not Pro Bowl, All-Pro. As in, one of the best two cornerbacks in the entire league, at 22 years old. That's not normal. That's generational. And while the world was celebrating, Sauce wasn't satisfied. He knew what greatness requires: consistency. He hit the gym harder. He studied more film. He wanted to make sure his success wasn't a one-year miracle. Because greatness isn't about the first season, it's about the next 10. And that's what scares the NFL. Sauce Gardner isn't peaking. He's just starting. Off the field, he's exactly what you'd expect from a Detroit kid. Confident, funny, real. He doesn't fake humility, but he doesn't act arrogant either. He buys his mom gifts, he jokes with teammates, he keeps things light. When asked why he never lets fame get to him, he said, "Because fame didn't raise me. My city did." That's the difference between Sauce and everyone else. He's not trying to be a celebrity, he's trying to be a legend. And here's the scary part. He might already be one. When you watch him play, it doesn't feel like you're watching a rookie. It feels like you're watching someone who's been doing this for decades. The timing, the awareness, the anticipation, everything is flawless. He doesn't rely on athleticism, he relies on intelligence. He's a chess player disguised as a cornerback. And that's why receivers hate him, because they can't outthink him, they can't outsmart him. And they definitely can't shake him. He lives in their heads rent-free. Ahmad Gardner didn't come from privilege. He wasn't handed anything. He built his empire one rep, one tackle, one interception at a time. And that's why he plays with so much pride, because he knows exactly what it took to get here. The struggle, the doubt, the noise. Every time he steps on that field, he carries Detroit on his shoulders. He carries every kid who was told they weren't big enough, fast enough, or good enough. And with every shutdown game, he sends the same message back to them: believe in your Sauce. Today, Ahmad "Sauce" Gardner stands as one of the faces of the NFL's new generation. Young, confident, unapologetic, but disciplined. He represents a shift in the game, where talent meets preparation and swagger meets substance. He's not just a cornerback. He's a statement. Because when you make every superstar in the league look ordinary, you're not chasing greatness anymore. You are greatness. He made everyone look stupid, and he's just getting started.